It's an honor to have Ethan Emerson, Keith Emerson's grandson, here to talk to us for a little bit for his concert tonight at the LaFaro Center for the Performing Arts. Thanks so much for sitting down and chatting with us. You're a keyboard player.
Yeah.
So how did that come about? Why did you start picking up the keyboards?
I was 8 years old and went down to my dad, who was just watching TV, and all of a sudden just had an interest in it and wanted to play.
Were you just poking around?
Yeah, he showed me a few things like basic scales, chords, and then when he felt that was as much as he could do, I went to have proper lessons somewhere else.
So what music did you gravitate to play then?
Mainly just like classical music.
So you like that?
Yeah. It just came as an interest to me. Like that's more of an interest than the other things.
Then you eventually discovered your grandfather's music.
Yeah.
So tell me about that. When do you really remember first being exposed to Emerson, Lake and Palmer?
Well, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, I've just been hearing them at home most of my life, really.
Okay.
Playing them and stuff like that. But there was one point when classical music, I was in the car with Mum and my Uncle Damon, Dad's brother, and he found a song by Granddad on the album Emerson Plays Emerson, and he said it sounded really nice and relaxing, so he played it to us, and it was The Dreamer. He played that as we were going along, and it was a really good song, and I really wanted to have a go at that.
Did you do it by ear, or did you get music? What did you do?
We got sheet music first. I started did the main right hand by ear, then we got sheet music to properly play it.
Is that your favorite song to play now?
Well, I don't really have a favourite. I like playing them all, but yeah.
Oh, well, that's good. So what do you find technically challenging to play?
I just find, I'm not sure really.
Okay, so do you play Tarkus? Do you play the first impression? Do you?
Oh no, I mean, not yet.
Okay. So what do you think is the most complex piece that you play now?
Well, I've just learned how to play Trilogy, the classical part of that.
Nice.
And I'm going to be playing that tonight, so...
Oh, we'll look forward to that.
Yeah.
Where do you think this is going to go? Where are you hoping to take this?
Well, I just enjoy playing at venues like this and hope for the best and see where it goes. I like to do maybe bigger things as I get older, but I'll just see where this goes.
Have you started writing on your own?
Not yet, but I'd like to.
You'd like to?
Yeah.
Do you have any memories with your granddad helping you with the piano?
Yeah, he... Once I started playing, he started to show me around the piano, and he was helping me learn certain pieces we were doing. There was a grade 2 exam when I just started playing. He was helping me doing the pieces there and stuff like that. We went to his house after school, and he would, for an hour, it'd just be me and him playing.
That's sweet. Would you be on the same keyboard and he would be playing?
Yeah, he had the piano, which eventually would be moved into our house, so I've got that hit there now.
Oh, what a great memory.
Yeah.
Do you have any perspective on your granddad's influence in the world of rock music and how important he is?
I think it had a greater impact to me as I got older. I started getting more and more interested in what he did and what he was doing as I got older, because the stuff being 5 years old, I went to his concert once, and being loud music, everything just terrified me. But,
you're a 5-year-old, why not?
Yeah. But yeah.
But now you're the ripe old age, right, 13. So your perspective hopefully has changed a little bit. But it's hard to become, I think, completely aware, because you may be in the middle of it as opposed to seeing it from the outside. It's just your granddad, right?
Yeah.
Right. But were you around him when he was courted over and people would come up to him and say things? And did you experience anything like that?
I went out of school, it must have been, I was maybe 9, I think, and we came out, it was in London, so we travelled there, and he was playing with Terrier and Mark Winnie, was it? Yeah. He was doing a whole thing there. So that was the only time I properly went to watch him, and that was when I just started playing, so I was a lot interested in what he was doing and met him backstage and doing stuff with him there.
Was it fun to see him on stage and to see him perform?
I did wave, but he didn't hear me.
Have you gone back to look at any of the stuff on YouTube, the stuff he did in his heyday?
Occasionally, yeah, doing stuff like that, like the pieces that I play. I go and see the songs of how he played it and play along with him that way.
How sweet. If he was around now, what would you ask him?
I'm not sure.
That's okay.
I'd love it if he was around now, but...
I was wondering, would you ask him advice? Would you still be getting lessons from him? What would you do?
Well, he definitely helped me out with all this stuff. I mean, I started doing all of this stuff, learning the Dreamer and this after, but because I played the Dreamer at Birmingham, that was when this whole thing took off. But yeah, I definitely like it if he would help me with this hard parts now.
That would have been so sweet.
Yeah.
You have a favorite story about your granddad?
There's one little story that's just gone to my mind about when he was living in America. We would FaceTime him a lot of the time, and he had a, what was it called, what was it called again? The mouth organ? Harmonica, that was it. He'd play that, he'd learn how to play the harmonica as he was getting older, and I enjoyed listening to him play that.
You have any interest in other instruments other than the keyboards?
None really, not like guitar, drums, all that stuff, not really, just primarily focused on the piano.
Anything tonight that you're looking forward to people hearing?
Well, Trilogy, as I mentioned earlier, it's first time I'm actually going to be playing that in front of a public performance, because I've just recently learnt to do the whole thing, so that's probably what I'm most excited on doing. But also most nervous because they haven't heard it and I might mess up, so...
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, I'm sure you'll bring a lot of joy to everybody when they start hearing the first notes. Talk to me about Abbey Road Studios.
Okay, so it happened last year when Terrier had been putting together this album on all of these pieces. Like Rachel Flowers, she was playing on it, and he'd hired this orchestra to play some unreleased tracks by him that were never brought out by the public, and I was asked to play The Dreamer on it, which was the piece I played at Birmingham for the tribute concert. So we came in, and this massive, I've never done anything like this before, so I came into this massive whole thing listening to all these other tracks being played, and it was a great experience.
It's good. So you put down a keyboard track. How many times did you have to do it?
Quite a few, maybe 6, 7 times playing that one song.
Do you think they edited pieces of each one, or did you take one track all the way through?
I think mainly it was just one track all the way through, but just with whole to polish it up to make it sound the best. And then he edited that with, I played it separately, I played my piano part, and then the orchestra their own part. So they edited that to make it, or merged to make it sound as best as possible.
Do you like the result?
Yeah, definitely. I'm happy with how it ended out and how it's released.
Nice. So talk to me about your piano teacher. Who is he and how long have you been with him?
Well, his name's Christian, and he is a good friend of Mum. How long have you known? Like...
Known him since you were born.
Yeah, we've known him since we were born. I was born, not we. He started off like as a fan of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and we just came along to know him better and better over the years. Granddad met him because he's a piano player himself, and he played all of these songs, and Granddad was very impressed by him, so we met him at the Barbican. He met Granddad there. And then as time progressed, he eventually became my piano teacher, a private tutor that would come around every Saturday, still does, to have lessons with him where I would learn all of these pieces, The Dreamer, Outgoing Tide, all of those songs. He would be helping me with them, and he's a really great guy in general.
What would be your next piece that you want to try and tackle?
I haven't really thought about that too far ahead yet. I know I might do one off Emerson Plays Emerson because I'm playing all those songs on the album. I'd like to play something off there, but haven't thought too much in depth about it. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So, I don't know how much you get is from fanboys and, people who are really appreciative of your granddad as an artist, but he gave us a lot of joy, continues to give us joy. Hopefully he did that for you, and hopefully that'll continue over your lifetime, and you still draw inspiration from him through your dad and through your grandmom as well. So, but thank you so much for taking the time to sit with us today.
Yeah.
And good
Happy
luck
to be
tonight
here.
at the concert. We're really
Thank
looking
you.
forward to that. And stay in touch.
Yeah.
Was this painful?
No, not at all.
Not so? Okay, good. All right, give me a big handshake there, son.
Yeah.
All right. You're taller than me. How can that be?
Unfortunately,
Stop it.
yeah.